What is up, guys? Sumi here with ThoughtCast. Today I'm going to tell you why weddings are overrated. How could you say that? How could you say that weddings are overrated? Everything in life is about the wedding day, right? It's about this magical moment between the bride and the groom, and that's what real love is. Wrong. A wedding is not everything. A wedding is not a marriage. I mean, have you ever been married? Do you know what marriage is? Marriage is not a wedding day every single day. Real healthy marriages are boring. They're supposed to be a peaceful retreat from the chaotic world that we have. But weddings are fun. Weddings are amazing. Weddings are beautiful. The flowers, the doves, the bride looks so beautiful. Everybody's there. Your college buddies that you haven't talked to in years, that you're paying a lot of money for them to sit down with their new wife that you haven't even met, are attending, and everything is wonderful. But is it really when you look at your bank account? This is the argument I'm going to make against weddings, because weddings in itself are awesome. They're awesome. But what is the cost of a wedding? The average cost of a wedding in the United States is $30,000. And if you get to some bigger cities, 50, 60, 70 grand. I mean, don't even get me started about different cultures. Like in Indian culture, I'm Indian. Look, the weddings go on for days and they're a lot of money. They are a complete waste of money. But they're a cultural thing. We need to have a wedding in order for us to be married, right? Wrong. You don't need a wedding to get married. Newsflash. I don't know if you knew this. You can just go get married. It's a legal contract, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is, all this money that you're spending, do you even know where it's going to? You're hiring a wedding planner, food, musicians, this, that, and third. People get waxed on weddings all the time because when it comes to a wedding day, people will spend any amount of money because when it's for love, we make dumb decisions. We do what we want to do because, baby, it's okay. We're going to do it. We're going to have a good wedding. We're just going to have fun. We want everybody to come together. We want you to have a good time. It's not even about you. It's about everybody else. But listen, let me tell you why a wedding is a bad idea, because I'm going to give you 10 things today that you could spend this money on rather than a wedding. Number one, a down payment on a new house. One of the biggest things I see new couples do is spend all this money on a wedding, but then they have to go live in an apartment. When in reality, they could be spending on a house, putting that down payment down, and then paying into a mortgage, which is effectively allowing them to own real estate. That's a great step for a new couple. But instead, they have a big day, which people typically forget about because weddings in itself are forgettable in a lot of senses. The weddings that aren't forgettable cost a lot of money. And trust me, you do not want to be the wedding that's unforgettable because your bank account is not going to forget it either. You got to understand that sometimes spending that money towards equity and property is better. Number two, you love your wife so much and you care about her so much, go on your dream vacation. You probably don't even need $30,000. You can go wherever you want. You can travel the world. You can have fun. You can really create and foster that romantic intimacy. And if you don't have kids, even better. You can take that time to do the things that you can do before you even have kids. Enjoy all the sightseeing. Enjoy all the stuff that the world has to offer before you really lock down and settle down with the family. Number three, buy a new car. I'm not even talking about just financing a new car. I'm talking about literally buying a new car. $30,000, that's a brand new car. I mean, hello, that's pretty useful. Number four, furthering your education. I mean, this could be very different, but now that you guys are married and now that you guys are locked in, one of you can take time to further their education that could provide higher income opportunities in the future while the other one holds a household down. That's a really good idea. I've seen this happen a lot of times where the wife will then go back to school after she's married because the husband will hold the house down, or vice versa. And then they lead to a higher income in the household 5, 6, 7 years later when they get that college degree and they get a job. Number five, weddings cost a lot of money, $30,000 on average. It's better to just save that money and not go into debt or pay off debt. Why are you spending $30,000 on one day when you can spend debt that you've accrued for years? Hello. Number six, instead of throwing $30,000 on a day, invest it into stocks, invest it into options, invest it into bonds. There's a lot of different things that you can do when it comes to investing. My point is, invest that money into something that will grow rather to something that will go away in a day. Number seven, probably my favorite one. Instead of spending money on a wedding, start a business. This business can be between you and your wife and you and your husband, and you guys can really build that together. That could be a fun project for you. That could be like, hey, let's start a business doing this. We've always wanted to do this. We both like doing this. Boom. How fun is that? How awesome is that? If it actually works out too, even better. I'm not trying to say that it won't work out, but most businesses do fail. But at the end of the day, you won't get anything unless you take the risk. Starting a business with those funds, $30,000, is more than enough to enter a lot of businesses. Most businesses don't have a barrier of entry that high. You can open up a lot of different businesses with that amount of money, and that can create stability for your family in the future. Number eight, if you have a home, renovate it. Make it look nice. Set up for the family. Set up for you guys living together. Buy nice furniture. Get nice things. I mean, I'm not saying that materialism makes you happy, but the ultimate form of materialism is a wedding. Keeping it real. Number nine, retirement savings. Save the money. Save it for a rainy day. You might never know when you need that money. So why spend it now when you don't have anything saved up? If you don't have your retirement planned out with your wife, get on that ASAP. And if you're trying to spend $30,000 on a wedding when you don't have your retirement set up, what are you doing? Last but not least, donate the money. Look, if you got money and you got the money to spend on a wedding, it might not even be worth it to you. Maybe just donating to a charity of your choice or doing something good for someone or helping out a family member or giving back to something that you really care about might be a better use of that money. See, $30,000, and I'm using the average here, is a lot of money. Do you really need to be spending that on a perfect wedding day? I'm telling you, a lot of women are the ones that want the weddings. And ladies, I'm not trying to piss on your parade here, but the big thing I'm trying to tell you is a lot of you want to be brides, but you don't want to be wives. A lot of you want this perfect day, and you think that makes the marriage even better, when in reality, it does absolutely nothing. It does not make your marriage better. The things that make your marriage better and your life better is probably doing some of the 10 things that I just listed. So instead of spending $30,000 on that crazy wedding day, save that money or use it towards something that makes sense. Till next time, Sumi out.